Ouch. This is the good stuff. Go to your little thingy. That they gave you. That works. I love a freshly opened bag. Let's see how many of my subscribers get it, because it's, what did I say it was? Yeah, 6 o'clock. But that's GMT. I don't know what time YouTube gives me those stats in, I guess. Should probably look that up, shouldn't I, Boots? No. Get off my boat. Yo ho. Yo ho. Yo ho. No. Don't you spill that. Yo ho. Yo yo yo. Damn, there's a lot of stuff. Damn, there's a lot of stuff. Damn, there's a lot of good stuff. I am Rosemary's granddaughter, spitting image of my father. I don't know the rest of the damn lyrics, but I know it's a pretty good song. You know. Boots, what are you doing? Lay down. Get over here. Get over here. You. Talking to you. Go over. Go over here, lay down. Right here. He's not listening. Boom, 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 boom. hit the not made for kids button? Dang. What's up? Where are the subscribers? Boots, are you a good boy? Yo! Crisp and clear drinking water. 0 calories per serving. They really had to put that on water. It's so dumb. 0 calories on water. Hey, who came in here and just left a like and then left? I mean, I appreciate it. Thank you. You know. Boots! Stop that. Mm-mm. Oh. Boring. I'm sitting out here reading a book. Boring. The rains kept me stuck in Anna, Illinois for the last couple days. Boots! What are you doing? Knock that off. Get your bone. Somebody stopped by and gave Boots a bone. But they also get a giant bag of dog food. And yeah, yeah. So I found somebody to give it to. The chick at the vape store that's kind of right behind me let me charge my battery bank a little bit and let me charge my phone today because none of the power is on at the parks here. And yeah, so I'm gonna give her the bag of food, and then the blanket that they gave me I gave her already because I don't have room for it in my backpack. Yeah, exactly. It was nice, but like I don't I don't know. I'm in the first town where there's truly like a homeless population. Carbondale has a homeless population, and they kind of filter down to Anna, but it's not very like noticeable, I guess. That's what I was told. So, in a way, like I understand now. Now I have a sign. I made myself a sign. Yeah, so I made that sign, and it sits like right there. So anybody driving by has a sign to read. Oh, I wrote another one too, though. Where is it? Because people come up and feed these cats, and there's a gas station also right behind me. So Yeah. I don't know. I haven't been bothered. I mean, a cop stopped last night. Uh, Cop stopped last night on his own. I think he was driving by, and I literally had just woke up like a minute before he was driving by. And I think my motion as he was coming by is what made him stop. But he was like, as long as I don't get a complaint about you, I'm not going to make you move. Thank you. I'm surprised. Only when I write big. Um, Actually, I'm trying to post a short right now about it, but I was thinking about, but I don't really have that great a handwriting. Yeah, day 43, and I wrote in my journal for the first time. Um, I was thinking about doing a reading of the journal, like 7 days worth of a journal, and then posting that as like my daily thoughts, but like be a 15-minute, 20-minute video, depending on how long it takes to read what I wrote for the day and what happens in a day. Yeah, but I'm trying to get the channel monetized. And I still got to find a public library to stop at that I feel comfortable leaving boots outside of, so that I can go in and fix my Etsy, so people are actually able to order the on-demand stuff that I have. What's up, man? How you doing? I'm just still sitting here in Anna, actually. The rain's got me tied up. Boots, get out of there. That's for the cats. Boots, get over here. No, go around. There you go. Come on. Lay down right there. Boots, get over here, lay down. Right here. Thank you. It's my watchdog. Hey. But I bought this book for $3 at the dollar store the other day, and it's actually pretty good. Come on, man, lay down. No, lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Thank you. Good boy. Did the messages stop or something? Messages. Oh, messages. Oh yeah, he's ready to move. I'm glad somebody actually brought him a bone. I was gonna buy one of those, but I figured he'd chew right through it, and he hasn't. So it's holding up to him, but he has officially gotten it completely dirty. Boots. Gross. Wow, it's good to sleep in if you can find a decent place to set up. It wouldn't matter if I had a tent or the way that I'm doing it. The ground's still wet, so popping up on the grass, you're gonna soak through anyways, and that's just part of the journey. You know what I mean? Like, I've been able to mostly missed the large downpours. I got caught in it a little bit the other night, um, but I was able to find shelter rather quickly, so I didn't get too soaked. Um, but yeah, that's just you're not gonna find a dry spot out anywhere with your tarp or your tent and everything. Yeah, gets wet still. So I don't know. I'm just sitting here under this like abandoned car wash, um, turned cat sanctuary. Well, if you can't tell, I'm a little bit of a stoner myself. Um, Actually, the vape shop behind me, the chick that let me charge my battery bank in my phone today, she handed me 2 joints, 2 pre-rolls. I was gonna buy one. They were $3.99 a piece, which is actually the cheapest that I've seen. Usually they're $5.99, and since they were $3.99, I was like, huh, I save $1. Girl math, you know what I mean? And yeah, she just gave me 2. Boots, knock it off. Hey, Boots, get over here. Quiet, sir. I heard him and saw him. You don't need to bark. Go back to chewing your bone. Bone. Thank you. Well, damn. I don't know. I've been blessed along the journey of people just kind of handing me decent amounts, like um, Dollar General and crap. I don't even remember the town name right now, but um, some dude handed me like a quarter, and then at the campground, somebody handed me quite a bit, and then along the way, like when I was at the Eagles Bicycle Shack, the the guy that runs the vape shop there, I went in with a $20 bill and it was like, "What do you give me for 20?" Because it was like $13.99 a G. And I was like, I can't afford that. I'm walking across the country. I salesmaned him. I don't know if any of you know or have seen those shorts, but I used to do sales. I developed the training for Hewlett Packard for their out of warranty sales team for printers. Anyways, he ended up like looking at his jar and was like, I don't even know if I have that much left. He wanted to give me 3.5. I was looked at it and I was like, that's fine. I'll take it for 20, whatever's left in it. Knock it off. No, leave it. That's a good kitty. He's supposed to be here. Anyways, it ended up weighing out to like 5.3 or 5.2 or something. He honored his word and gave it to me. It was pretty cool. Sweet. Where on the East Coast? Like what state? Because I'll tell you whether or not I'll even be close to there. Get over here. Hey, you and I need to have a conversation real quick. Sit down. If you keep barking at people and causing disturbances, they're gonna call the cops on us and have us leave. and I'd rather not go out in the rain. Do you understand? I'm sure you'd rather not go out in the rain. But I do have a poncho for you. You'd look silly, but I do have a poncho for you. Dork, be quiet. Oh, right on. DC, eh? Are you a Fed? No, I'm just kidding. um, yeah, I might be over there. I was. Dude, that'd be dope. Hitting up a hotel room. Oh, there you go. Right on. I'm a cook. I don't feel right calling myself a chef, but there's not much I can't cook. It's part of the reason that I feel so comfortable out here on the road, because if if I meet someone that's willing to let me like rent a room or a camper in their backyard or whatever, I have no problem getting a job within a few days of being in that small town as a cook, or somebody that just has, helps them in the kitchen. Go back around. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, Landon. That's what's up. I Somebody was talking to me about like their niece wanting to go to culinary school, and I was like, you can do that, and you pay some money, or you can go out there and put yourself in a situation where you just learn. Um, I went from call center work to cooking on a food truck, and ended up being the head manager, head cook, manager, HR guy, and helped them open a restaurant. Within 3 years of operating, we had 3 trucks, a restaurant, and a bar. Um, so, and then after I did that, I went to like full service restaurants. I worked at Chick-fil-A just to understand their back of house and how they do things. And I've worked fast casual, fast food, full service, food truck. Yeah, it's it's something that I'm gonna try and do as it warms up and people are needing their grass mowed, is door knocking and asking people if they have a mower and would want to pay me $10 to mow their lawn. I'm not against doing work for money. There's just very little kind of work that I can do, because I want to make miles and get to where I'm going. Like, I want to be to the land between the Land Between the Lakes National Forest in Kentucky. My goal was Sunday evening, but I don't think that's gonna happen now. Deuterino, I'll agree with that. Um, it it's funny. You can actually go back in my history, but I'll give you a quick overview. I got dropped off in Harrisonville, Missouri, with my dog, and we were living under a tarp for like a week. There's a restaurant there named Branding Iron. It's a decent restaurant. It's a barbecue restaurant. They had a food trailer outside, and that's what interested me. I got hired on the spot, and when I was terminated, when they fired me, the manager tried to say that I couldn't hack it in the back, and I was a fry guy, right? I was dropping everything that goes with every meal, the fried items. So I'm constantly doing circles. And I was like, okay, sure, yeah. I couldn't hack it. He may be right that like there were days that I was looking for the middle person to kind of pick up my slack when I was dropping breaded fish and my hands are all goopy. I can't grab something else and drop that in the fryer. So it's like you're gonna pick up the slack. But the middle person happened to be someone that was very edgy at work. She didn't work well in kitchens, and she truly ran off all of their new hires. She was the problem in the kitchen. Anyways, the manager fired me, and 2 days later, he got fired for not meeting the restaurant sales numbers. In my exit interview, or exit text, because he text fired me, um, in my exit interview text to him, I was like, "You need to get rid of Billy because she's the problem at the restaurant." And he was like, "I know we have like some people dynamics that we need to work through, but I'm still gonna let you go." I was like, "That's fine. I was just letting you know how to like fix what you got going on." And within a week of me being fired for stupid reasons, I had plans to go to the homestead in Arkansas. So like as much as they like as people look at like what I do and I'm bouncing around and whatever, I'm doing exactly what I want to do. I don't do anything I don't want to do. And that was part of their issue with me at Branding Iron is because they were paying me $15 an hour and I was like, dude, at the end of the day, I can go to Dairy Queen, get paid a little bit more, and not have the headache of dealing with this person at work every day. Well, yeah, and you're paying me $15 an hour. What they wanted to see was that like that that experienced person that go get over here. There. No, stop. Get back up there. They wanted to see all that experience out of me, and they wanted to see the hustle and bustle for $15 an hour. And I'm almost 35 years old. I've managed in the industry. You're just not going to get that. If you want to see that, you got to pay me for it. Start your own thing in the food industry. I'll tell you right now how to, like, I'll tell you, food trucks are where the money's at, depending on where you live. Um, but if I had the money and the means to, I would start a food truck in a heartbeat. 40 grand on a food truck and like 20K for product and labor overhead for the first month, and you're golden. Well, and it wasn't necessarily my worth. It's just like I'm working to the dollar amount that you're paying me, I guess. You know what I mean? Like I'm the one that's constantly moving. Um, get back. I'm gonna tighten up this leash so you can't go that way. I was the only one that was constantly moving for like the whole meal because fry is the last thing to get put on a plate, but also I'm dropping like 12 orders of things in the fry, you know what I mean? So like I was the busiest person in the kitchen. And trust me, I used to work on a 110 degree tin can food truck. You know what I mean? Like I have no problem sweating my ass off and doing the work. And I was doing the work. I just thought it was funny that that was his excuse that, well, you couldn't hack it in the kitchen. Like, okay, dude. Whatever excuse you want to use to get rid of me right now, I was already planning on putting my 2 weeks in. He didn't know that. I really didn't want to put 2 weeks in, but I just thought it was fair because he gave me a job. There you go. I've thought about doing that up in Alaska. It's so I don't think I'm gonna be done traveling this year. I think my goal is to get to the bottom of the Appalachian Trail by the end of September, um, and probably winter over somewhere in the south. Well, I mean, not probably. Winter over somewhere in the south. Find a cook job, find a room to rent, and then next year, come February, March, I'll start my travels again, and I want to work my way around the southern portion of the country, and then up the west coast on my way to Alaska, and do something on a boat up there. Um, oh, dude, I love the food truck. I've made over a half a million tacos. But like just being able to spin and touch everything in a distance and do it all. Oh, if you watch Sean Gatz, he does live streams of his food truck, and I've watched him when he's busy. And the way that he moves, it's nostalgic to me because he just flows in his little food truck area. Valkyrie, that's sweet. Um, a little fry cart. You should email me a picture of it, and then tell me what you're gonna do. Uh, but you should start that now, is my suggestion, because there's gonna be um, elementary school events where you can market to coming up towards the end of school season. We did a couple of like elementary school or middle school or high school end of the year events. We just served like plain tacos, but there were a lot of like lemonade or like shaved ice or corn dogs were popular at the elementary schools. But it's a way to get your name out to the parents. The parents are the ones that matter. So like if you want to start a food truck, the best advice I have to you is go to the business districts in the bigger towns. They have like little strip malls where there's 7 businesses. You go in there, you ask get the property manager's information, call the property manager, ask them if you can park in the parking lot and serve lunch to the businesses there. You do it enough and you get your food out good enough, tasting right every single time, and those same people that have been eating lunch from you are going to turn around and ask you, do you cater weddings? Do you cater grad parties? Um, when we started out, we were charging people $500 to reserve a date in June. When I stopped working for the company in August of 20, 2023, we were charging people $2,200 for a 3-hour time slot for one of our trucks to show up at their grad party. It's about, honestly, you, as much as what you sell, like we sold tacos, as much as like people like tacos, I was also known in the area as the taco guy or the chili lime guy.
Oops, I just not name dropped a business. If you're in Minnesota, go check out Chili Lime in Anoka. Actually, Champlin. Actually, funny enough, I just recently read some of the reviews and I kind of was like, oh no. Before I left on my journey, they actually asked me if I wanted to help them open a second restaurant, second location. There you go. You're gonna do like a smoky adobo sauce, smoky bourbon adobo. Throw that on the flat top or in the skillet. Mm. See, one of my side businesses was making hot sauce, um, which I want to get back into. Now that I have a YouTube platform, I have a place to sell it. I started before COVID hit, and nobody wanted to buy stuff that wasn't from a store that they couldn't guarantee was safe. That's what's up. So the hot sauce business kind of fizzled, but now that I have a platform, he seems to like it. He likes the taste because he'll lick it right off the dropper. And it seems to make him go to sleep or calm down. I've used it in the morning uh, before we start walks, and it seems on the mornings that I give it to him, he's less. Uh, he doesn't go at the passing vehicles as much right away in the morning because he's hyper in the morning. He wants to go, go, go. There you go. I used Carolina Reaper, Trinidad Scorpion Peppers, Chocolate Baraka Pours, Purple UFOs, Tabasco. Um, when my mom was still alive, uh, she used to grow all of the peppers that I used for my stuff organically for me. Yeah, I don't know. It was $6. Yeah, I don't know. It says 4 dogs on the side, but it literally says directions for use. Use as needed. Place drops in mouth and swallow. Supplements are no substitute for a healthy diet. It doesn't say put it in the dog's mouth. It just says place drops in mouth. So, just kidding. Oh, there you go. Yeah. All right. Here's a fun story. The night I got him, like, I had a bag of weed. I was a little bit tipsy. I had already smoked a joint, and I ended up falling asleep with like the ground up bud for another joint on the table, and Boots ate it. And this 2-month-old puppy just walking around, just he could. That's when oh man, that brings up a whole other story. That's when I was in Morris, Minnesota. Or no, I'm sorry, I was in Benson, Minnesota at the time. And I found out the guy that I was staying with was a registered offender, and I didn't want to stay there anymore. There was a campground in town. So I hit up the campground, and I was able to go over to the campground. And that was the morning that after he had ate the weed. So I bring this like weird acting dog that's supposed to be somewhat coordinated, you know what I'm saying? He's a cattle dog to the campground, and the guy's like, "Something wrong with your dog, dude?" And I was like, I didn't really want to tell him that he ate my weed. And turns out the dude was a pothead. I could have told him, but he ended up popping me and Boots in his truck and brought me over to the vet. I had a job in town already. I had a job within like 9 hours of being in that town, and um, he brought me to the vet, and I was like, dude, I can't pay for a vet. I don't have any money yet. And he was like, just pay me back when you get your first check. So I actually did some work around his campground for him to work off some of the money I owed him, and then I paid him cash for the rest of it. But yeah, good people all around, and that's Boots' first experience with weed, and now he absolutely hates it. He hates weed smoke more than he hates cigarette smoke. Oh, damn. Yeah, and he doesn't like the smell of actually raw weed anymore either. So I don't have to worry about him eating it. Yeah, I bet, dude. That's wild. Yeah, I'm glad. Edibles, they don't affect me, but that was my cigarette container until the lady at the campground gave me a bunch of. I was like, what? Where am I gonna put this? So I ground it all up and stuffed it in there. I like, you know what I do like? I like the mushroom edibles. Yeah, that sucks. That would be a bad trip. I'm waiting for the time that I run into somebody with some like shrooms or like some acid, and they're like, "Here, you want this?" I have a feeling that's coming up the more we get into spring, and I get down where like more festivals and whatnot happen. Especially closer to like the Appalachian Trail, where there's going to be a lot more free-spirited people. Put it that way. Boots, your bones are bony. How much battery do I have? 61. How much is on this? 23. Yeah, this town is not very conducive to charging. Get over here. What are you? Oh, it's your bone. What do you mean, hellish city? DC? I think it's time to move, Valkyrie. Do I need to start bugging you too, like I bugged my friend to get out of Minnesota? She wants to move and whatnot. Well, and she will. She's still fighting stuff because of her dog, but she was going for this remote job at her job, and I told her, I was like, yo, this is the perfect opportunity for you to jump in your truck, put your camper behind it, and go find a new place to live. And she sent me a text saying that being out there would make her anxiety go, and that she'd be vulnerable. She's got a massive 90-pound pit bull for one. And then she's got another dog, probably like 30 pounds. Anyways, I bring that up because at the end of the day, she's psyching herself out, telling her that she's going to have anxiety. When the reality is she doesn't know if she will or not. But if she tells herself she's going to have anxiety, then she's going to have anxiety. If she just steps into the unknown and embraces it, this isn't so bad. Like, I could have anxiety sitting here right now this whole time about whether or not the cops are going to roll up and tell me I got to move. Or I could not worry about that until it happens. Back up. Get out of here. I'm gonna hold you guys. I don't understand what it is with people putting Fetty, or in Minnesota they call it Fetty. I don't understand people's need to put it in everything. That was part of the reason that when I was living in that homeless tent camp, they didn't like me there and they thought I was a cop, is because I was handing out the xylazine and fentanyl test strips that the outreach people would give out. Because I was tired of seeing people OD from trying to get high on meth, because everything was cut with Fetty. So I made it a point to hand out test strips. God damn it! What are you doing? Leave that there. My bad. All right. The biggest trip I've done was I took... Lay down. Ouch. I took what was it, 2 or 3 tabs, and then I ate the mushrooms. That was an interesting like 12 hours. I was immobile for like 98% of it. It was fun though. It was an experience. I'd probably do it again. It's where I believe that my like third eye was opened, and where I had my ego break. What's up, Justin? How you doing, man? I'm just sitting at a car wash, abandoned car wash, turned cat sanctuary. Hanging out with all my regular viewers, it seems. Lay down. You don't need to worry about it. Good boy. Oh yeah. I don't know if you've seen my shorts today or not. Not the ones I'm wearing. Just kidding. Somebody bought me a 20-pound bag of dog food. I'm in a town that has a homeless population. It's kind of under the surface, but I have a feeling they didn't really believe my story about walking across the country, even though my backpack looks like that. So they bought me a giant bag, and I was like, I can't carry that. Damn. If you want to talk about it, you can share what you were in court with. Otherwise, you can always just shoot me an email too. I'm not gonna tell you everything gets better, because some things don't actually get better, but other things happen in life that are good. That you know. Oh, what's up, Whispers? So like that nice little storm we got today? Kentucky to Washington State. That's a trip. That's a desolate trip too, because you go like through. Hey, stop. No hormones. Because you go through like Kentucky or Nebraska. That's what's up. That's good. No quarter size hail or golf ball size hail. We didn't get any of that down here, by the way. Luckily. And I'm glad I would have had shelter if we did. No. Custody battles are never fun. Never fun. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Yeah, I've never. I mean, I guess I've been to the top of a few mountains now, because the Ozark Mountains, um, but they're only a couple thousand feet. Stop that. Put your hormones away. Yeah, the Shawnee isn't flat either. Um, yeah, I mean, judges rarely are in the father's corner. Let's be honest, but from the tiny bit you just told me, I can understand why the judge is like, yeah, no. There you go. I mean, if I'm honest, this is some like PTSD relief for me. Oh, shoot. I forgot I had a pop. I didn't have like a bad life, but I didn't have a great life either, and I had a horrible relationship with my family, except for my mom. And even my relationship with my mom was strained. But I didn't get to say goodbye to my mom when she died, unfortunately. Um, so, like, I'm out on a journey to find my people in my place. What, dude? What do you want?
Nee, nee, nee. Tubbs?
I'm actually. It's weird when once you get moving and like making distances, like because now I'm close to like 300 miles. No, knock it off. I'm close to 300 miles right now, and I'm incredibly annoyed by the weather. I'm trying not to show it because I'm trying to practice patience. God has me here. The universe has me here for a reason. I don't know what that is yet, but you know, the other night I got to have a conversation with a couple outside of Dollar General, and had I not been stuck by rain and certain other things, I wouldn't have been at the Dollar General at the time to like have the conversation with them. And it was a mom who is an addict to meth, just lost rights to her kids. Um, Her kid's dad died suddenly from diabetes, and she just kind of broke. But she saw me walk up to the Dollar General, and she pointed out to her new boyfriend um, that, like, wow, look at that. You know, it'd be amazing to be able to carry all that and do what he's doing. And but I tried to give her some encouragement. You know, like for addicts like that, it's you got to start making a decision that makes your next 10 minutes better, your next half hour better, your next hour better. And um, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not sure why I have conversations with the people that I have, or why I'm at where I'm at when I'm at, but I'm just along for the ride. I'm just a vessel. I take no credit in anything. I just tell people what I think. I don't really sugarcoat things. She was telling the most of the conversation. She was telling me that she's been having these thoughts of like, dang, I really messed up my life, and I really need to make better decisions and whatnot. And I was like, okay, so what's stopping you? And she said she wasn't ready to quit. And I was like, bullshit. The fact that you're questioning yourself and saying those things to yourself tells me that you are ready to quit. Um, you just, like I said, need to make a decision for the next 5 minutes, for the next 10. Lay down. Lay down. Quit being hyper. But I guess I don't judge anybody. You know, um, I have, I wrote a quote. If you're newer, you maybe not heard it, but everybody deserves compassion and empathy. Respect is earned, so step softly, move with intent, and live with passion. Um, Everybody has a reason for why they are who they are. Um, just some people haven't decided to make a choice to not be a product of their environment or their upbringing. Boots, leave the cat alone. Leave it. Don't you say a word. Don't you say a word. Quiet. Hi there, AJ. I think you're AJ. I think I think that's the same face. Good kitty kitty. Good kitty kitty. I don't really like cats. Like, I would never own one, but I like animals generally. Boots, get over here. Yeah, COVID would have been a perfect time to do it. You were supposed to be outside. Just kidding. Yeah, probably. First come, first serve. There was a raccoon here last night. Not a very big one, but you could tell he respected the cat's space, though. There you go. Yeah. Watch, he's gonna jump up and go, kitty, kitty, jump, jump, jump. Everybody gonna jump, jump. Oh, he ain't gonna do it. Whatever. We're gonna try and show you guys. Sure. He jumped immediately after I put the phone back down. Huh. I just got a notification that the rain was supposed to end soon. Yeah. I bet that's kind of stressful for you. But hey. I wish my dad would have let me take care of my mom. In the ways that I could. I mean, at the end of the day, she had spinal cancer. There wasn't much that was going to be done. But to be able to go over and like mow the yard or like do the garden so that whatever. She only lasted a year from the time she was diagnosed. Look at that cat. Yeah. Boots. Yeah. Dementia, Alzheimer's is horrible. A couple people in my life have had it. I remember when I noticed my grandma getting really bad. She was sitting in the garage smoking a cigarette with me, and she was telling me the same story over and over again, and slowly she was dumping her beer out. I was like, Mom, I ain't telling you there's something wrong with grandma, but grandma ain't right. And yeah, it wasn't too much longer after that, and she kind of forgot who I was. I was every other grandkid except for myself. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Where were you living? Just National Forest? Back in May, I upgraded. What'd you upgrade to? An ice castle so that you could go into cold weather and warm weather? That's what I always said I was gonna live on. I've actually thought about building a little shack on a pontoon and just floating down the Mississippi. Oh, I know where you are. You told me yesterday because I asked you for a shower. Well, if you got an ice castle, you could go all over the north country when it turns into winter. They're insulated, unlike like campers. All right, there you go. Fix it up. That's what's up. I want to buy like a beat up pontoon and build like a little house shack on it. Float down the Mississippi. Maybe that'll be one adventure. Oh, that might be the adventure to do right now. That's the that's the only reason that I would get like the ice castle is because they are insulated. They even work for hot because when you turn on the air conditioner, you're not losing the cool to the hot walls. A barge, there you go. A little floating complex. That's something YouTube needs to see. Just a floating little town or camp on a barge. I don't know. I mean, I've found a couple different communes. Oh, that reminds me, I should get on that website and see if there's a place I can stop. Thank you for saying the word communes, Sir Smokes. Might even find a work stay quick. Now you got me thinking about this barge commune, dude. I guess I don't even know the layout of a barge, but I suppose you could build below and above deck. It's big enough that you'd be able to have like a couple quote unquote food spots on the thing. I try to wave at everybody and be friendly because most homeless people don't do that. Leave the notebook alone. I'd run a taco spot on the barge. You could have people on the river come up to the barge, do business with us. I hate my imagination sometimes. There you go. On the river, catfish, nuggets, tacos, have pizza. You'd be the spot. You could travel up and down the river and people would, they'd be like, hey, when you gonna be down in this part of the country? Oh, well, yeah. Fuck the government. They were starting to do that up in Minnesota before I left. A couple people were building like food pontoons where they'd go out on play lakes and sell pizza, whatnot. Pizza and drinks. It's a good idea. But I suppose because of Mississippi, yeah, that'd be a hassle. It passes through so many states, and you're either on one state side of the Mississippi or on the other, and yeah, screw all that. But it'd still be cool. Have a floating barge city. I'll just tie up to you with my pontoon. I seriously, like, when I do get a piece of property, y'all see, I'm not gonna build myself something very big. It'll be about the room size that would fit on a pontoon. Oh hell, start our own cruise line with a barge? Oh. Ooh, a floating water park. If the Mississippi wasn't so nasty. Sorry about that. Minnesota started ruining it, and everybody else just went it. Yeah. Well, my goal was to be crossing the bridge over there in Metropolis by like Sunday evening, because I'm supposed to be meeting up with another subscriber to go stay around the Land Between the Lakes National Forest, because I've heard rumors that there's a dog man there, and I want to see if I disappear. So I'm not lying. That's honestly why I was like, I'm gonna go there. Who knows what'll happen to me? Ha. Hopefully the vape shop chick that I met today doesn't forget battery banks. She said she'd give me some battery banks. I'm thinking I'm gonna try and switch up at some point into, like, I like my BioLite, but I need something solar. And the guy that was riding his bike across the country, he had a little solar panel that he put on the back of his bike that was just out in the daylight while he rode. Figure I should do something like that with my backpack too. I'm not surprised by that, Smokes. I am not surprised by that one bit. And yeah, Sasquatch is a thing in Minnesota too. Down in Arkansas, they have Momo, which is basically the same thing. Which, the whole don't whistle in the woods, and if you hear your name, no, you didn't. When I was living on the homestead in Arkansas, I wasn't even thinking about it, and I started whistling, and within about 5 minutes, Loki, one of the livestock guardian dogs, just started going off. I I don't know if Momo came because I was whistling, but no. You don't need to go look and bother and be seen. Lay down. Incognito. Kenyon, what up, Kenyon? How you doing, man? Welcome to the family. This is family chat time. I don't know if you read the comments on my videos, but a lot of them are made by these guys. Kenyon. I know it was just recently. Yeah. I was gonna say you're the one that gave me the ride to the dog park in Murfreesboro. Dude, I meet so many people. There was just a guy in here earlier. He goes by Mud Daddy on here. He's the guy I woke up next to his fence in the morning, next to Casey's in Murfreesboro, because I didn't want to walk through the neighborhood. I just slept next to their store. I'm in Anna right now, stuck by all the rain, dude. Like, I've been at this abandoned car wash turned sanctuary for like a day now. Well, I have my stuff set to all messages, and I have no restrictions on words. I believe in free speech. I don't know what words YouTube automatically censors though. Hey, that's what's up. Too bad I didn't see you again. I would have grilled some up for dinner from you. And yeah, keep checking in, man. I'm hoping to hit the Kentucky border by now, probably Monday evening. Yeah, I don't know. I don't keep up with all the updates that it does. Nice. Out of the Big Muddy there? I was looking at the river. I almost threw a line in, but since I don't have my fishing license, I ain't risking it. That's what's up. Yeah, by the way, guys, this Kenyon is the guy that I met. Actually, he's not. He's one of the people that I met at that gas station while I was sitting outside, and I was like, things always work out. A trail angel pulled up. Well, that trail angel was supposed to already have come back within the 20-minute time frame he gave me, and Kenyon ended up wanting to talk and offered me a ride to Murfreesboro that day. So he's one of the dudes that I've met along the journey. He's a pretty cool cat. I mean, I figure if I only have a couple fish, like 2-3 fish to feed me and my dog, and the DNR walk up on me, they're probably not going to do anything. But that's just I don't know. If it was me, I wouldn't do anything. But then again, there's always those rule sticklers. And Kenyon said this area has a lot of DNR officers that are around, so yeah, I wasn't I wasn't gonna take the chance. I don't need to deal with it. I ain't out here trying to cause trouble while walking across the country. But if it came down to like me starving or Boots starving, I'm going to get some food. I'll deal with the consequences later, I guess. Well, yeah. There's a couple cats. Like I said, this is a cat sanctuary. Cat number one. And he went away, but there was another one next to the garbage wood. I have I have plenty of dog food, but I probably have like 3 days worth of food right now, and um, I have like I think I have like $5 or $6 cash, and then I have my credit card. You know what I'm saying? So, but to be honest, I really haven't been out in the open and meeting people because of being stagnant because of the rain. So I have what I need for like, you know what I mean? I, like I was brought a sandwich earlier from the people that brought Boots food, and I don't know, that just allowed me to save the tuna packets that I had for dinner instead of having to go walk and whatnot. So uh, everything literally happens for a reason. I have everything that I need, you know, as far as my needs and wants. I have tobacco, that's a want, not a need, and I have weed, that's a want, not a need. I have food. I don't. And it never fails when I do need something. Like the other morning when buddy asked me to move along from the fence line. I think I had like $7 or $8 in my pocket, and I had to go buy Boots food, so that's what I was gonna do with it. And he handed me $20 and was like, "Get breakfast." So I ended up. Nice, dude. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. That wasn't late. Well, I guess that technically, legitimately was later, but that was also almost immediately. I appreciate the Cash App, sir. I appreciate it. But like that allowed me to buy 3 days worth of food when he handed me that 20. And then when I was just outside of Cobden, um, I sat down under the only shade tree that I could see. It was the middle of the day, and Boots was panting like a mofo, and somebody ended up stopping up, an older man, with a couple cold waters for us, and then kind of asked me what I was doing, because where I'm at in the state of Illinois, there's a lot of hiking trails. So people are wondering whether or not I'm trying to go to the river trail, which is a 151-mile trail through wilderness, or what I'm doing. And he handed me $20. So now because you blessed me with that little bit, I probably won't get a blessing for another couple days. That's how the journey works. I never have, except for that one time when that person handed me $200. I've never really had an abundance of more than what I truly need. It's fine. I'm sure you've heard the other notifications that I've got. Tamra from the campground that I met, she just texted me and asked me what town us handsome boys are in. Unfortunately, I don't get to say I went very far because I didn't. I mean, I'm right on the outskirts of town. Like once the rain goes away, I can hop on, what is it, 147? I think it's 147, and start heading to Vienna. But so like, I'm where I need to be in town for my journey to not be very far once I want to leave town. You know what I should do? I should start a poll. Start a poll. Here, what should we ask people though? Boots, quiet. Leave it alone. The kitty's hungry. The food's on the other side there, bud. The food's on the other side, bud. The chat will come back. I'm sure people are eating right now while watching me, so their hands are busy doing stuff. You better not be watching me doing that kind of stuff either. It would only let me have 4 options in there, so I went from 15 pounds to 50 pounds. Oh, hell yeah, 2 votes. 15 pounds, 100%. Oops. Boots, lay down. There we go. I feel it, dude. I wasn't asking necessarily for, like, judgment purposes, more so. I wanted to see what people realistically answered. How many people would get on and say 50. That's funny. Boots wants to go play with the cats. Because now there's 1, but then there's 2 more right there. Oh, damn. Yeah. I thankfully have not had a lot of trouble with, I mean,
Boots, lay down. Get over here and leave him alone. Boots, get over here. Get over here. Stubborn.
I haven't had like a bad problem with actually having ticks on me for very long. I try to check myself frequently. Um, I did have one on the tip of my dingling. That was weird. That was a first for me. All right, so I kind of showed everybody this earlier, but I don't think Smokes was in here and Whispers. I don't think you were in here either. I wrote in my journal for the first time in the 43 days that I've been walking. 2 pages. But I figured I'm gonna do a journal reading video where I put like a week's worth of journal days into a video of me reading it. Maybe I'll start doing like reading stories because I have one of those deep voices and stuff. But yeah.
Lay down. Get over here and lay down. Leave the cats alone. Boots.
I've never journaled anything truly before now, so let's see where this goes. I am currently writing. Wow. I clearly don't even know what I wrote. I am currently waiting out thunderstorms in an abandoned car wash turned cat sanctuary. I know it's a cat sanctuary because of the 13 little cat shacks and food trays. Also because I was introduced to the people who put them. I I told them that Boots and I were trying to stay dry. They were cool people. They left and came back with food, a sandwich for me and 20-pound bag of dog food for Boots, and a blanket. I would gather they didn't believe my story about walking across the country. That's okay, I gave the blanket and the majority of the dog food. At the time of writing this, I haven't actually. To the vape shop worker who let me charge my phone and power bank. She offered to bring me a couple power banks, which would be helpful along the journey. But if she forgets, I won't be bothered. Just means I wasn't supposed to have them. Boots enjoys days like today. He gets to curl up next to me and dream his little heart away. He's my security at night, so he doesn't fully sleep. He takes full advantage of us not moving and me being awake. He turns a year old this month, and although it was my choice to walk, he is with me every step of the way. I wouldn't be able to do this without him. There. I think I did this journaling thing correct. I guess that I'm feeling a bit unmotivated with all this rain pausing my progress. Alright, I'm done. Stay humble, Adventure Family. Oh. What up, Leo? I don't know, it's an idea. Maybe I'll do a couple shorts of them and see how people like them and see if people want me to throw them into an actual video where I read like 7 of them at a time. But that's day 43, log entry number 1. I don't know why it took me 43 days to actually start writing, but and I kind of wrote it in a way that's like more storytelling to be able to read to you guys, I guess, rather than but it'll also allow me to look back because so many things happen, like Kenyon popping into the chat and he's like, you don't remember me? And I'm like, oh, you know how many people I've met? I believe that. Did you train for it at all? I didn't train for mine. I kind of just threw on a backpack when I left the homestead and was like, well, I need all this. It's going to have to go on my back and I'm going to have to figure out how to carry it. Oh. I don't know if that person's in my live, but somebody else just sent me $5. If you are, thank you. I appreciate it. $5 almost buys Boots a bag of dog food. $5 buys me 5 packets of tuna. These, where'd they go? Actually, let's have dinner. I haven't eaten yet today. Well, I ate that sandwich, but that was way earlier. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, if you don't train for it and you do it, you know what, though? If you completed it with that 15 pounds on your back and you had never done that before, congratulations. You learned that you could push your body farther than you ever thought you could. Brock, what's up? A can and a half of Walmart Spam. Yeah. Oh, so I usually don't add water to these. I eat these dry because at the end of the day, they have the same texture dry in your mouth as like chewed up chips. And I still get the calories and the nutrients from it or whatever. So, nutrients. Somebody gave us beef jerky that I still have a bunch of. It's all right, beef jerky. I've actually been giving them to Boots as treats. I had been stopping at Dairy Queens when I would get into town and getting him a pup cup, but I'd rather give him some protein. These things, they're bomb. This brand is $1 at Dollar General, so literally like $5 allows me to buy 5 of these, which is 1.5 meals. Well, I have a dog. Boots already had his dinner. What? Oh, hell. I mean, I'm not even going to comment on that. Dang, if my lives start getting this much attention, I might need a moderator. Yeah, so like right here, I have 2 meals worth of tuna. And of course, I got the hot sauce. Yeah, Into the Wild is I really don't know that much about it, but it is actually, from what I know, kind of heartbreaking. Well, the bus is gone now. They removed it from that spot so that people would stop trying to go see the bus because people were, that's the thing about like going into the woods. Like, there's a lot of people that think they can do it. And unfortunately, they get themselves in trouble. The same goes for just, people that want to go hiking. There's a lot of people that get themselves in trouble, taking a day hike because they're not planning on Mother Nature being an absolute brute, and Mother Nature doesn't care if you live or die. So, that's part of the reason that I have redundancies with like my water filtration. It's part of the reason that I still have my BioLite that weighs 2 pounds 8 ounces. Yeah, it's the reason that I still have like 700 matches in multiple different containers. Fire starter, Vaseline as a fire starter. I have 2 knives. I have a fishing pole, I have a frog gig, and I have a slingshot, and I have another tool that allows me to take food from the land if I'm out there. But I don't have them. A lot of people have the mentality that you're going to go out into the woods and you're immediately going to have food. That is just not the way that it's going to be. You're probably going to starve for 2 or 3 days. But as long as you have water for those 2 or 3 days, and you're actively doing things to produce food, whether that's having a slack line in the river or the lake, or a few of them, having a couple traps set up, hunting. Yeah, I have a Sawyer filter. Truth, that's why I love her so much. I mean, I love Mother Nature because the one thing I can expect the one thing I can expect from Mother Nature is that it will always challenge me. It will always test me. When I lived in Minnesota, I had just started hunting and I wanted to, see what a night outside in the middle of winter was like, because I'd never done that. Even though I lived in Minnesota for 34 years, I never went winter camping. So I got dropped off with a buddy in a hunting area with our rifles, and we had a tarp, Mylar blankets, and a way to start a fire, and that's how we spent the night. Night outside in 17-degree weather. And yeah, I didn't want to drive out there because I didn't want to be tempted to drive away if it got too cold. So I actually had my mom drop us off out there and then planned to pick us up at like 2 p.m. the next day. Yeah, I should probably do like a bag haul for you guys. Let you know what I got. I have a lot of stuff that I probably don't need. Like, okay, I have a lot of stuff that I don't need on a daily basis at all. I have a little $3 screwdriver set that I carry that takes up space. It doesn't weigh a lot, but it takes up space. I've used it a couple times. I used it on my glasses, which is why I keep it. You know, I have like pliers and I have dog toenail clippers. Some of those things I probably don't need. We're walking on the road. Boots' nails don't really need trimmed. Hi, kitty. I would not get close. Boots, leave the cat alone. Ooh, we got 50% saying 50 pounds. That's 6 votes. Three people think they can carry 50 pounds, 10 miles. If any one of those 3 people is still in the chat, my question to you is, what makes you think you can do that? Not starting an argument, I just want to know. Have you done it before? Have you done other things in your life, challenged yourself that way that you know, like, if you wanted to do it, you could? Because that's kind of where I was at. I had never walked with a pack, 50, 60 pound pack. But I walked a couple 100 miles with a duffel bag slung over my shoulder and that weighed like 30 pounds. So I just figured that with a more comfortable bag, I could probably carry more weight. Where'd all my comments go? I can see that there's 2 people here, but YouTube's been messing up on my side, saying that like nobody. It says 0 in the viewers, but then chats will pop up. So I am not trusting what. Woohoo! More rain. I'm not trusting what the app is saying. Right on. Honestly, I don't have a lot of people causing a lot of issues in my chat. The joke earlier was a little bit on the questionable side, but I just this weather is so like demoralizing for me because I just want to get up and move miles, but every couple hours I'm stuck by rain and my pack does not shed water. Thomasville, Missouri on March 20th. My pack doesn't shed water, it absorbs water, so it gets wet and then heavier as I'm walking. I just can't walk in the rain. Plus, I don't want to do that to Boots. I feel like that'd be kind of rude to do to my dog. Here, buddy, I decided to walk across the country, but you're gonna walk in the rain with me. Nah. I mean, he'd do it, don't get me wrong. He will do whatever I ask him to. Go wherever I want him to. I've made it like 300 miles so far, Brian. Boats, you have been fed enough today. Quit eating plants, please. I know you're bored. Chew on the bone you got given. I'm bored too. Yeah, I've thought about it. I mean, I have a poncho, and I could use a garbage bag. It's just, yeah. Well, this crappy $45 Walmart Ozark pack has an outside layer that absorbs it, but has an inside layer that rejects it. I could make 10 miles and lose 100 to sickness. Well, don't do that. $10 for me. I mean, so 10 miles is a 3-mile walk or a 3-hour walk, roughly. Oh, yeah. I'm not a fan of hypothermia, so that's another reason I don't walk in the rain. Because unless I have somewhere that I can actually get dry and warm up or have a fire, then I'm kind of SOL. As much as the BioLite has like a smokeless fire, okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for the Cash App donation. I appreciate it. You guys are kind. People don't really understand that, like, you can get hypothermia in like 75 degrees. And it's just not worth it for me to risk it. I've already bought Boots back one time from having hypothermia, and that's not a fun struggle. I had to force feed him liquids and food. Get over here. Lay down. I know, you're bored. You want a job to do. Your job is to relax. Somebody just walked by. But, yeah, I was like force feeding him blueberries and water and Pedialyte and whatnot. Took me 3 days, but I got him back. I don't want to go through that again. Do I, buddy? Okay. What are you doing? Did you find a bug? Did you find a bug? Did you? Did you get a bug? Oh, I need a joint. That's what I need. Light up, light up. Oh. You know what I find really weird about Illinois? Is that every freaking gas station has slot machines in them. And alcohol. Illinois and Missouri are like two states I don't understand. Two of the worst addictions you can have, just freely giving the casino money and drinking yourself away slowly, are just right there at every gas station. The amount of people that I actually see sitting at the gas station for hours. Like I've been into Rhodes now like 3 times, and the same dude was there all 3 times. Boots, get over here. Lay down. Lay down. Yeah. Well, and to me, how normal it is to just walk into a gas station, sit down, and you're not there to buy gas. You're not there to buy anything else. Just you're going to the gas station to pull the slot or push the button on the slot machine. Like I don't know. It's really weird to me. In Minnesota, we have a bunch of casinos. You know, but in Minnesota, it's the natives that have the casinos. There's the where I'm from, Mystic Lake is the big casino up there. The Metataquacan Sioux. I said that. I butchered that, but yeah, that's the tribe. They're kind of cool. They got some wild stuff that happens at Mystic though. Stuff that if I told you, you wouldn't even believe me. You'd be like, that's conspiracy theory. I've seen a few of those places that it looks like they lost their like tobacco license and their liquor license, but they're like, screw it, we're just gonna be a gaming establishment now. I mean, I guess whatever makes you money, right? That's the way this world operates. It's like, I know people think that I started YouTube and I have money, or that I'm making money from YouTube already, and I'm not. My channel's not monetized. I'll take you to the bathroom in a second here. Let me roll a joint. Get off of me. Move. This jar is full of like 5 different strains. Whatever. You knew what I meant.
You need to be quiet. Because if you get the cops called on us and we gotta move in the middle of the rain, I'm gonna be pissed at you. And you're sleeping outside the tarp.
Well, I ground it all up. Because the lady that gave me that, like, half, I was like, I don't want to carry all this. It takes up so much weight, so I ground it all up. But people keep handing me little buds along the way, so I just keep grinding them up and adding them to the jar. Got some indicas in there. I got some real good stuff. I got some homegrown. I got some pre-roll that's supposed to be 38%. The guy said, that's what's up. I've talked about it before, but there's a website called Boston Hemp that has THCA distillate, like, or isolate powder that's 99% pure. That's what I really want. Just because it'd be easier to pack. And I could just put it on a cigarette. Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. I stopped caring about like strain names in high school. I just care whether or not it's gonna put me in the couch. Cause I like my weed to make me go. It's especially nowadays. I have a bad back, and doing what I'm doing isn't the best for my back. So it's really nice to be able to smoke one before bed and before going to sleep. It's also nice to smoke during the day and then just, like, I've been hanging out here in the same spot for all day. So earlier I smoked and I ended up falling asleep. Just sitting here against the wall, I passed out. Boots, leave it alone. You don't need to. Garlic strains? I don't know anything about that. Boots, leave it. Get over here. Come here. I've never heard of any garlic strains, but I also don't really go into dispensaries. I get my weed from tobacco stores that sell weed. Some of that prepackaged stuff was actually pretty fire. I had some prepackaged stuff. I can't even remember what it was called, but it was some of the best dry ass old weed that I've ever had. Boots, you be quiet. Oh, you. Okay, so when you said Humboldt, I didn't know you were talking California. I looked up Humboldt, Illinois, and even that's like by driving, that's 2 hours north of me, hour and a half north of me. I'll get to California probably never, to be quite honest. I just don't like the laws out there. There's not much in California that I'd want to go see, except for maybe uh, the beaches, but even then. I don't know. There's a few states that I don't really want to go to. California is one of them. New York's another. Like I would go up to like um, northern New York, I guess, but I would never go to New York City. I mean, that is fair. The lack of laws is more so what I mean. I really don't. I really don't like people. I like my solitude. I honestly, every time I walk into a new town, I have to prepare myself to like have conversations with people and yeah. When I leave that town and I spend a day in the woods before I hit the next town, that night is so peaceful. Because everybody wants to ask you what you're doing, and at the end of the day, I have a YouTube channel, so I'm not trying to be a complete dick to people. Sometimes I just act super like worn out and I don't really say much. Boots! Get back here. Yeah, like I want to go to Oregon. There's a couple people out in Oregon that watch me. I really want to know how Rex is doing. Rex used to be a guy that watched me quite a bit, but he hasn't been in on any of my videos lately or my lives. Thank you. He's the best. Except for right now, he's bored. So he's starting to test my patience. I'm bored too, dude. I wish we could have made some miles, but we literally have 19 miles to go. That's gonna turn into like a 2-3 day trip. Especially with the rain. I'm gonna be stopping for a couple hours here and there. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. So I'll probably hang out here in Anna for one more day. Or I might push out to... There's a... It'd be like a 4-mile detour for me. But I could probably stay at the... what do you call those? Oh, rest stops on the side of the highway. But 147, I think it's 50, 57. The rest stop's like 4 miles up from where they cross, and that'd be like a detour I don't really need to make. But there would be power at the rest stop and whatnot, so I don't know, it might be a thing I need to do. Dude, back up. Back up. I don't know. the logistics of doing what I'm doing is probably the most. I don't even know the word that I want to use. Old school gaming. There you go. Yeah, I'm probably gonna hop off here. Quite honestly, I only have 26% of a battery left, and I got enough to bring my phone back up to 100% for the night so that I can watch stuff. So I'll see you later, guys. I am actually gonna end the live. Brock, it was good seeing you. Smokes, it was good seeing you. YouTube saying I only got one person in here, but I don't believe it. So anybody left, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with me. You cured some of my boredom, so I appreciate it. Boots and I are out.